Life on the streets was very different from the years before. I met Femi. I was already physically and emotionally damaged. I began begging because I could no longer afford expensive drugs. I started looking for other ways to survive, sniffing polish, urine, and sometimes powder. I even began smoking cigarettes. Although they were not my usual drugs of choice like cocaine and crystal meth, I started showing signs of mental illness, becoming aggressive and getting into fights with anyone who crossed my path. I tried selling sachet water to make money, but ended up using the earnings to buy weed instead. One day, a street friend gave me tramadol, and I ended up overdosing on an empty stomach. I fainted, but fortunately, a good Samaritan who turned out to be my friend Faith took me to the hospital. She noticed a crowd gathered at the location and decided to see what was happening. That's when she found me lying unconscious. At the hospital, the doctor informed us that one of my kidneys was damaged, and my lungs were not functioning properly. Despite this, the doctor said I still had a chance of survival if I managed my condition carefully. Faith generously paid for my hospital bills and continued to support me until my health improved. However, my cravings for drugs persisted because I was already a drug addict, and I eventually ended up in a psychiatric ward for 6 months. I was advised to undergo 6 months of rehabilitation. Faith stood by me throughout this process, offering unwavering support. I opened up to her about how Femi mistreated me and how I began using drugs in his home. Faith did not judge me. Instead, she took me in and helped me start a fashion business, something I had learned while living in Femi's house. My brand grew and became successful. After 3 years of being free from Femi's control, I breathed a sigh of relief. Where can Femi be? Faith asked one evening.